Anastasia Ilianik and Nikita Katsalapov are sixth after the short dance, 8 points back of third place. Kurt and Tracy, they are in their first year of senior competition after competing just 1 year on the junior circuit together.
Well, they were the junior world champions, just ahead of Paul and Islam of Canada, who were second. Paul and Islam had a fall in the short program, so they were eighth. These two also had a fall in the short program, and so they're sitting down in sixth. Two of the real bright lights in ice dance. Skating here to Don Quixote, exquisitely costumed. Really bringing the ballet to the ice here. Look at her gorgeous turn out of her free leg. The leg that's off the ice, wonderful point and extension. There's so much variety in the ice dance event this year, particularly in the free dance. Classical look here, contemporary, of course, lyrics are allowed in ice dance. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Their skating skills are super obvious. Even the way they took the stage before the music began showed composure. The days of the juniors coming up into the senior ranks and looking junior are gone. The junior Grand Prix feeding system up into the senior is working.
Seen this team in about 4 weeks' time. They made their senior debut at the NHK Trophy, which was at the start of the season. They finished fourth there.
What they lack compared to some of the top teams is a little bit of speed and flow across the ice. And sometimes there's some hesitation and doubt when they're changing positions. A lot of that, though, has to do with the fact that this is only the start of their second season together. I also find, Kurt, with their footwork sequences, they're letting the music go just a little bit. The music is sort of building here, and they're not quite picking up the speed and the energy that I think they need to truly express the music.
I think it might have something to do with the way they chose to build the program musically before they even made a step. I just feel like their skating is quite remarkable. I'm very impressed. The way the program has been structured didn't impress me.
Well, Well, the reigning world junior champions from Russia want to improve on that 4th place finish at NHK Trophy earlier in the season. And we see there their score for the free dance. It's about 7 points higher than that NHK score.
And it's interesting, in comparison to Paul and Islam's score at Skate Canada was an 87. So you see these two teams sort of jostling. Paul and Islam have the higher score. It is so unfortunate we didn't get a chance to see them compete today.
I think it's kind of fun to see the chances that we have within Canada to compete, and speaking of feeding system, ours seems to be working as well.
Well, the Russian audience delighted to see the fresh new faces on the ice dance.
Curtin Tracy, they were 13th at the Olympics, 10th at Worlds, and right now 3rd after the short. But with Fiala and Scally withdrawing from the competition, move up to 2nd.
Magic.
For their free dance, they will skate to Gypsies of Nagida, and in this free dance, Nora portrays a witch.
So we'll have to wait and see if she's a good witch or a bad witch. Which will it be?
Twizzles there. Nice speed and good unison, often a tricky aspect of the free dance. Twizzles are a required element, also dance spins, lifts, and 2-step sequences.
Takes a trained eye to decide when a dance sequence starts, and I think it just did.
It did. This is the circular step sequence, and what you'll notice are the skaters are skating in dance hold. See the waltz hold here, and can only extend to hand in hand to change position, twizzle, and then now back into a dance hold. Lacking a little bit of speed through that section.
Oh, you're being kind. That was quite slow.
There into the lift, not a lot of speed. I find this much more about an emotional presentation than about technical precision. Here's her diagonal step sequence. It's a little rough around the edges in terms of its line and unison. Turn out of the free foot, you don't see the details. but they go after this aggressively. Full-on presentation. Hoping to take your eyes from their skates to their upper bodies and expression.
Well, they're the two-time Hungarian champions, can finish on the podium here. It would be the very first Grand Prix podium finish for this team.
I was thinking to myself near the end, that must be a hard program to train day after day, because she has to get so into that character.
And angry and emotional. It is very difficult to do that. You tend to want to, on a bad day, take it out on your partner, and that can be scary. What we saw was the old and the new style of dancing in the Russians, more technically based. That, the old style of ice dance, emotional and theatrical.
Here's Ashley Wagner, a two-time U.S. bronze medalist. And she made it to the Grand Prix final last year thanks to her performance here at the Cup of Russia. Ashley won the silver medal. After the short program on Friday, she sits third, a point only out of first place.
You mentioned that Ashley made it to the Grand Prix final last year, but what she missed out on was the Olympic Games, and she was the skater who everyone thought would represent the U.S. at those games. Skating to Malagueña, and Ashley was able to nail a very difficult triple flip, triple toe in the short program. That's got to boost her confidence. Nice height, triple flip, double toe there.
Very clean combination. Not one of the most difficult, but it's always fantastic when you have the ability to put a triple after any jump, especially in the women's event. It gives you another triple in the program.
Little bit of a lean there on that triple Lutz.
Training.
Yuan has the sense she is very well trained. I agree, Kurt. And a lot of detail in this performance with the arms. With her and Mickey Ondo. Remember, Mickey cleanly landing the jumps, getting extra marks for quality.
That could be the difference, for sure.
musical in its choreography and construction. Cohesive program for Ashley Wagner.
The two-time U.S. bronze medalist hoping to find her way onto the podium here in Moscow today.
It may not be enough to hold off Mickey Ondo, but I really thought that was a terrific performance for Ashley, and she will be able to build confidence on this program going forward.
Never gave up her face all the way through the program and kept the arms and the details that you spoke about. I like this young skater.
Welcome back to the Cup of Russia in Moscow. And next up, Narumi Takahashi and Mervyn Tran. They skate for Japan but train in Canada. They are coached by Richard Gauthier and Bruno Marcotte. And Narumi and Mervyn are 18 and 20 years old respectively, and they finished second. Curtin Tracy at their first Grand Prix event and are second after the short program here. The situation for them is they have to finish first or second. If they finish second, they need a really, really big score to move on to the Grand Prix final. Otherwise, the spot will go to the Chinese pair of Sui and Han.
This is a delightful young team with lots of personality. Opening with side-by-side triple jumps. Not a good start.
Not a good start, and then we hope for her sake that she was able to get in all 3 revolutions on that Salchow before a fall. Wow, she's got the kind of personality that all the kids at the skating rink want to be close to. She's fun and light, and not just by weight, by personality too. Beautiful extension. I just love how every single pore of her body is stretched out through that.
Well, the Canadian connection with this team continues because Tran is actually Canadian, but now competing for Japan. And like Paige Lawrence and Rudy Sweegers, he's from Saskatchewan as well. His home is in Regina.
They both are very good skaters. You can see they're both strong and they have a lovely style and line. Struggling with her jumps today.
They have so many qualities that some teams just never quite can touch on. And those little tiny dance moments, the little moments in betweens, are so strong and smooth. Ooh. I'm going to leave that for the experts.
Beautiful flexibility, gorgeous positions on the spirals. I'm not so keen on the way this middle section is working with the music. They're going about doing the elements, not really addressing the music in places. Maybe the music just a little bit heavy
For how light they are.
And accentuating their youth and their energy, kind of overpower them a little bit at the end instead of lifting them.
Well, this is their first senior Grand Prix event outside of Japan, and that score for their free skate 11 points higher than for NHK. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the first Grand Prix event of the season for Yuko Kawaguchi and Alexander Smirnov. They withdrew from Skate Canada last month because they weren't ready to come back yet after Yuko's off-season shoulder surgery, and they had a good first skate on Friday. They are the leaders after the short program.
And they carried the weight of Russia into the Olympics. The Russians had dominated an Olympic pair competition, winning all the gold medals. And the string was broken last year. Now they look ahead to Sochi, skating to Claire de Lune. What a vibrant blue. I think their costumes are stunning and understated for them. Triple Salchow. She had a lot of height, and he had a beautiful position as he skated while she was spinning in the air.
Well, they've chosen a piece of music that will highlight any flaws. Like their costumes, their choreography is much more understated for them, and Kurt, I really like it. I like the softer lines and the time that they're taking on the elements. think by making that choice, they're allowing the music to be a participant in this program.
Series of double axels. We mentioned that Yuko had surgery. Alexander has also suffered some injuries, and they felt it best just to take on the one competition.
Well, it is easy to forget how old Yuko is. She is 29 years old, looks much, much younger than that, but she's been around the skating scene for a long, long time now, and she's certainly tenacious, kind of like a pit bull. If she wants something, she just won't let go. Well, they're the two-time world bronze medalists, and a nice season debut for Yuko Kawaguchi and Alexander Smirnov.
Their legendary coach, Tamara Moscovina, and she has to be pleased with that performance. Terrific skate. And they'll compare their scores to the best in the world,
Savchenko Zlokovi with a 133 at their last competition. Samuel Contesti's best season came a couple of years ago when he finished second at Europeans and fifth at Worlds. The 27-year-old's Olympic season wasn't as successful, though. Samuel finished a disappointing 18th in Vancouver. Right now, has a lot of work to do, sits in 9th place, 9 points back of third.
He was 6th at the Cup of China. Skater who is not planning a quad, wanting to go clean on all the elements to gain his points. Effective piece of music, Panpipes of the Andes.
And he has competed this program before. It's one of those programs that when you skate it well, you really don't mind seeing it a second time.
Oh, a nice triple axel, and without the quad, that jump is so important.
But when you do it like that, you almost turn it into a quad. Positive grade of execution. Good start. He's going to bounce his way now into a triple flip, down in the knee, up. Wow, is he finding that back outside edge today?
His coach, also his wife, Geraldine Zellini. He admits it's rare that a husband is coached by his wife, but Contesti says doesn't see any problems. He says she makes a decision on the ice, and I listen.
Samuel used to represent France. He was born in France, but found the politics in that country a little too much to bear. And because he had an Italian father, he left for Italy and made the Olympic team for Vancouver. He finished 18th there. Gathering momentum now for his second triple axel. Oh, again, a beautiful jump, and this one in combination.
And that could be the only 3-jump combo we'll see on a triple axel maybe all year. Bit of a 2-foot there, and one of the only blemishes of all the landings he's seen come his way today. Felipe Candelero of days gone by, the ability to just look at the audience and get a reaction. This good-looking lad, he just knows how to reach out and get them. The one improvement I'm seeing, and it still could go a long way, is his skating skills. His edges have improved. He's just a better skater this year. But as you can see in this footwork, very entertaining, but in a straight line. Still room for improvement there.
And that's the quality we talked about at the top that Patrick Chan has in spades. 3 steps and he's blasting across the ice. Wow, triple combination at the end, and he stepped out slightly of the second triple jump, but I really am enjoying his consistency.
Oh, a little tired, but still
get that free leg back.
Good for him. See, I think it's not fair that a triple toe after another jump is not worth more than a triple toe by itself. Hope someone at the International Skating Union's listening and fixes that.
Well, they've been listening so far and fine-tuning the system. And for Samuel, what a terrific skate. Really, really strong. Lots of extra marks just for the quality of the jumps. And those can truly add up in the end if the other guys make some mistakes.
Well, he was 6th at the Cup of China. A better fate surely awaits him here in Moscow. We'll have his scores in just a moment.